Ex-DSS DJ reveals two main objectives of the bandits who are operating in Nigeria. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. According to a newspaper that was published by the Punch newspaper online this morning, it was reported that a former director of the Department of State Service, Mike Ejiofor, has reacted to the issue of insecurity in the country, as it reveals the two main objectives of the bandits who have been operating in the country. While Mike Ejiofor was talking in an interview with a Punch correspondent, he said that the two main objectives of the bandits in the country was to make the government unpopular and to also raise money to purchase more weapons for their operations. He said the terrorists want Nigerians to dislike the government, and also whenever they kidnap and collect ransom, they will use the money to purchase more weapons. He said the government needs to act fast so that terrorists will not overrun the country. While he was speaking on Kuje prison attack, he said after the jailbreak in Kuje, everybody will notice that many of these inmates that were freed by the terrorists have reunited with their terrorist colleagues in the forest and are now causing havoc again. This is bound to be an escalation of all this crisis. Okay, there is bound to be an escalation of all this crisis. Everybody is afraid since no one feels safe anymore. Well, coming out to say that it is true that what he said, let me quote him. He said the terrorists want Nigerians to dislike the government, and also whenever they kidnap, they collect ransom, they will use the money to purchase more weapons. That is how they've been getting their money. That is when the government says they have spent this amount of money, I'll say, can you beat the one that they have spent? These people do kidnap somebody, collect 100 million. From 10 people, they don't collect 1 billion. From 20 people, they don't collect 2 billion. They don't even buy arms. Only arms and ammunition. 90% of the money that they make goes to arms. So what are you talking about? What did they talk about? Where you don't spend reach them if now onto spending level. Now, let me also say this. But coming out to say that there is bound... Okay, wait. He said, of course, it is true that after the jailbreak in Kuje, everybody will notice that many of these inmates that were freed by the terrorists have reunited with the terrorist colleague. Fine, but that does not mean we should accept it now. And you coming out to say that the government, they are making the citizens not to like. What is concerned they would like? Now them, now we won't come like. At this point, we not talk about who like who at all. Who will keep the country safe? Who will make the economy better? Who will make us feel better? Who will give us fast relief from the achings we are feeling from this government? Brainless conclusion, you think like a child. If at all this should be considered as part of the objective, it is far more secondary objective. It means to achieve their aim objectives, which includes number 1, taking over power, for the reason of establishing a caliphate like as it has in Afghanistan. Number 2, establish stringent Islamic laws which will negatively affect both Muslims and non-Muslims. This is the major objective of Islamic terrorists all over the world. Every other thing is secondary. If they successfully kidnap the president, they will take over Nigeria. That is what happened in Afghanistan. The way to Islamize the country, they have been saying it, nobody is listening. The hour of breakfast has come. Well done, our Buhari. Sincerely, that is just it. So there's a statement this person actually made that let me see. Okay. To dislike the government is to make the government unpopular. Look, making the government unpopular is not these people's... What is it saying? No. Making the government unpopular is not even part of the agenda. What's them? Asarok is unshakable, Abuja is safe, stop panicking, Boko Haram is downgraded from top to bottom. This is not funny. Same government knows about the operation of these terrorists, but God will surely expose them all. Goodness. Don't forget those people you are praising are the people behind us. This time will tell you the truth. Okay. Yes, I know money Yes and no, because to my own opinion, not only raising money for the operations and making government ungovernable, They are fighting for a hidden Islamic agenda, waiting for proclamation by their means or through coup d'etat. Already they are mapping out Islamic Day for public observation and probably waiting for a good reason to announce Nigeria as an Islamic state, then war will erupt. God no go let to. This is my country of residence and country of birth too. I beg. Okay. My question is, why are these Boko Haram kept in prisons, yet our army and individual every day are killed immediately? Are they special or something wrong? Somewhere we need to know. My dear, it is obvious that there is something wrong and that they are special. Were you not in this country when Barry said that fighting and killing Boko Harams are fighting the whole North? Yes, he said an attack on Boko Haram is an attack on the North. I can never forget that statement or sentence. It has stuck in my head. Thank you. I've thought about it too. If they're killing them instantly, this rubbish would have stopped. Yes. See, the government gave them this kind of free hand. They give them. Had it been these people started the first time they struck, the government gave them bomber to bomber. The government gave them gbas. As they do gbas, they give them gbas. You understand? As they give water again. The government gave them water. The government tell them say they know they for shiri. The government comes to tell them that look, if you try rubbish here, we go deal with you now. They try again, the government, finish them. Had it been they come, they did it now, the government will give law. Everybody just they give them that whistle sign. You understand? Then go can't use now then go even pack their load. Talk say no, these people for this country, this thing no go work for here. You understand? They don't go work for you at all because these people too harsh. They don't show love. They go come out. No say Nigeria no show their love. But this one, our government welcomed them into our country. Give them our food. You know the funny thing? People waiting for IDP camp. No be all of them they chop. Many of them no they chop. Many of them they traumatized. Then they outside they sleep for cold. Then why these people they receive, they go rehab, they sleep for bed, they enjoy life with our money. Okay, he's still an SSS man, and though retired, he's still working indirectly with the SSS, saying the DSS pays his pension, so he has come to defend the federal government by doing some damage control. You got it? How can an ex-DSS DG think like a senseless person with all your tenable position? Oga, no deal. So nothing concerns me with their reasons and motive. All what is it that this wicked and heartless terrorists should be fished out and dealt with. I release the wrath of God upon them in Jesus' name. Well, I just hope the government will do the needful, because I've said it before. If the government wants insecurity to stop, I tell you, 6 months is definitely too long for it. Okay, on this note, we've come.